to this week's episode of the Top Podcast. As always, I'm one of your hosts, Rob. Joined with me are my friends Lou.
Hola.
And Mike.
Hello.
Now, I know Mike had some fun last week with his own guest, but do you want to introduce us to this next guest we have, who's a legend on the pod?
Legend
and in the comment
on
sections.
the pod. And in the comment sections. Very true. I like to refer to this gentleman as the comedy sniper, because he doesn't say a lot, but he bides his time, and he always has the kill shot. It's Jacob and Andrew's brother. That's his name.
I feel somewhat flattered and also still offended. Yeah, it was definitely a backhanded compliment. Still not a name.
The funny thing is, like, if you hadn't said anything about it, it definitely wouldn't have been a running thing. It wasn't even intentional. It was just like, we're telling a quick story. I got to make this condensed.
We've had these two people on the pod.
This will tell everybody who he is. And then you're like, I don't get a name. And I was like, well, now you don't.
Yeah, I think it was just funny because you didn't realize that I knew everyone on the pod. Yeah. So you said it intending to refer to who I was, even though.
Well, it also was for the audience. You got to remember.
We're worldwide.
The audience can't hear my name.
Well, no, but it just you got to They don't. I could either go. He's. Hold on 1 second. I can make this work. Don't tune away. Don't tune away. Don't tune away. Do I still have it?
Podcasting right
This
here.
is good podcasting.
Yeah. I could either be like, this is mother effort, Jacob and Andrew's brother, or I could just be like Jacob and Andrew's brother. Much simpler that way.
Do you have that just saved on you? Is it an app?
Mm-hmm.
I remember, I had one of those for...
We just used it for last podcast because it was live, and so we didn't have access to our bleep button.
That is,
like we do on Discord.
So tell this is a live, in-person podcast for once. But I remember I had one of those for the iPod Touches, like the second gen, the first one with the speakers, and it had like the censorship bar, and you just press it. Same thing. The first app's that, and the Russian roulette app. I do
remember the Russian roulette app. All the guns.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
Well, you're too young.
Too young.
You're a young gun.
I remember having like a lighter app where you just...
the Zippo lighter.
Oh, that was classic.
Yep. Well, let's start off each podcast with an icebreaker. Lou, you got something for us this week?
Would you rather have slow internet or missing a major limb?
Why is that so hard?
I would take the major limb, but if it was a minor thing, give me I would...
I think I'm keeping all my limbs.
Yeah,
I'll go with the
all my
slow
limbs.
internet.
Yeah.
Okay.
But a minor thing, I might say, give me good internet instead.
I'd lose a finger to have high-speed downloads.
How many fingers?
A finger.
Your
Just
middle
one?
finger.
Yeah.
Your favorite middle finger, would you give it up?
Yeah. Yeah.
You would lose your middle finger?
Although, it would be hard to right-click.
Or would you lose a toe because your balance would be completely messed up?
Oh.
My balance is really good. I can afford to lose some balance
Could you get a
points.
fake toe, though, to kind of...
Well, I mean, if you live in a house like this, then I think, yeah. You can.
Put a little lead weight in there.
Yeah, I would lose a major limb.
Really?
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
No?
I mean, it would be a leg, for sure. But, well, can I... Never mind. I changed my mind.
Do you want to lose from, like, the knee down and the elbow down?
That's what I would... Yeah, I would do like a...
Half and half?
A half and half.
You can go from the knee down, but you also then have to go from the elbow up and have it grafted on. So you just have, like, an unbendable half arm floating off your torso.
I just feel like we're getting close to bionic.
You're putting a lot of...
Ooh, that's a
putting
good
money in
point.
this.
I'm putting a lot on. And so while you guys are slowing on your internet, I can get on the internet quickly.
What do you consider slow internet?
Like
10
10-minute getting on Facebook.
Okay.
That
so
is...
you like dial it.
Like dial, yeah.
I think it should take 15 minutes for everyone to get on Facebook, personally. But
Or any type of internet.
The posts, at least,
If you want to look at an image, it's individually.
the pixels are row by row.
Yeah.
That would change my answer.
So you're talking
Really? So then you would
half
lose.
a kilobyte.
Because that's like nothing.
It's
That's practically no internet.
I mean, but it is internet though.
I'd rather have no internet and keep all my limbs. That's probably good for me.
I think no internet is better than slow internet.
Yeah.
Well, exactly. I just wouldn't use
Yeah.
the internet at that point, and functionally.
I need the internet for my job, though, so that would make life so much more hard.
It would
too.
It would. You get fired.
I do too, but
Sorry,
only
I
at
don't know
work.
if you get fired or not. I don't know your work ethic.
Well, that's true. You can't do your
I'll
job.
just start
at work,
mailing
though.
my notes into...
Oh, I have slow internet. Do we have slow internet everywhere we go?
Anytime you touch internet, it's slow. On your phone, on somebody else's phone.
Ooh, okay, that does change it. No,
I don't
it
know. Peg
doesn't.
leg doesn't sound too bad. I don't
Do
know.
I get to choose which limb?
Yeah, you
Okay.
get to choose which limb.
Well, if I was going to lose, it would be my left leg, but I still
Why not
would
your
take
right?
Because I got to drive, man.
Mm.
It's my driving
That's a
leg.
You can still drive with the peg.
I don't think it's quite as dexterous.
So many jokes that I can't.
We're not all into the peg like you are, Lou, you know?
Call me a pirate. What are you gonna say?
All right. Do you want to explain the topic for this week, Lou? I know it's kind of ambiguous, so...
Yeah, I've got a ton of questions throughout the whole week that I said this thing. I didn't know this was gonna be this deep. How many minutes? What kind of weapons?
My
what
understanding.
places? It's top 5 animals you would like to fight.
Top 3 now.
Top 3.
Oh, you'd
I-
like
like
to
to
I thought it
fight.
was that we could survive.
survive,
Beat in a
fight, whatever you
Like
guys
the fight's a
choose.
completely different list. I'd do
Is it a
anything.
Yeah.
completely different
Like,
list?
I don't want
Those
to
baby ducks are really going to take a beating.
Well,
I'm getting out of this thing scot-free. I don't even need my prep
Very
time.
different.
well, you guys can go on the fly. I did like to fight. I'm sorry. Communication. I'm working on my communication.
That's okay. I like it. I did it that I thought I went with the biggest animals I thought I could definitely still make it out of the fight alive.
And I think that's exactly what I said when I pitched it.
I also think that.
And I,
You're just going to see-
throwing
Yeah.
a curveball.
And we were given 30 minutes to prep, so I'm guessing most of us have a spear. Don't know if you know that, Jacob and Andrew's brother. You
I
have
was-
30 minutes to prep.
I was also told I would have a combat knife.
No. I was told you were told you would have a pocket knife with 0 combat application.
Ooh,
In other
gotta check
words,
the receipt.
You
I
have.
definitely did not take it that way.
Well, hold on, because it's worded exactly that way. I'm almost certain, but I'm less certain now that you're checking. But I'm pretty sure.
You get a pocket knife with 0 combat use.
There you go.
Okay. So
Okay, I took it as a brand new combat knife, so 0
K-bar.
use.
Oh, it hasn't been
But-
used. No, I meant like you got a pocket knife. So if you can find a stick, you can make a spear.
That
Yeah,
drastically
but then you can't use
changed.
you can't use the pocket knife to.
Sure.
I will say, did you have trouble with this one, Lou?
Well, I pitched it to my wife, and she was like, "You're an evil person. Get out of my bed." So, I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't, but I did not have a problem with fighting animals. I
Yeah.
don't.
Because I know Mike had a hard time coming up with them. But
I
this
didn't
was-
want to shoot over realistic and be like, oh, I could take a bear. You know, I can't take
Yeah.
a bear. Bear's gonna kick my butt.
This
But I didn't want to undershoot and be like, I could take a bunny. There's no,
that ain't no
honor in
ordinary
that.
rabbit.
Yeah.
See the bones and the fangs. No, for me, this was the easiest week ever. I just said, hey, Becca, what 5 animals do you think I could beat in the fight? So then I sorted from, she gave me 6. One of them I did some research, I'm like, definitely not going to be able to take this one. So I just ordered what she told me and gotten there. So if anything's wrong, you guys disagree with her, Becca just has a high opinion of me. So how about you, Jacob and Andrew, brother? You have a problem with this list? Going in 20 minutes ago?
Yeah, I was told about this like 4 hours ago, but then I was working just mostly that entire time. So I've thought about this like the last 20 minutes.
That's kind of how my thing went, is I knew about this like 14 days ago. But then I was working the entire time and didn't think about it until 20 minutes ago.
All right, Lou, why don't you start us off with your number 3?
Well, my number 3. Now that I'm thinking about it, if it's gonna feel like I'm trolling you guys, I apologize in advance. My number 3 is my dog. Yep. I want to.
Objection?
Objection? Not your dog specifically?
You want to fight my dog?
Not your dog. Do I object?
I think Umi could beat you up, Mike.
She can hump you up. I'll tell you
Well,
that.
I've heard stories of such things,
She
yes.
is a predator of a sexual kind.
Whoa.
So, yeah, I want to fight my dog. My dog is the sassiest.
I think you meant to say fight.
What'd I say?
A different F word.
It came out very close.
I thought I said fight.
I think you did. It's just very close.
Okay,
Okay.
I would like not to have sexual relations with my dog. If that's what we all think I said. I would like to fight my dog. She is very sassy. I
I would like to my dog.
Nope. I'm gonna say fight. You don't have to bleep that out. I want to keep a job in the future. Yeah, I love my dog. I think she is a great first dog I've ever owned, but she is very sassy and she escapes now, and so she sometimes poops in the house, and yeah, she's just a little rascal, and I just like to beat her up a little bit.
What are her stats about?
Her stats,
What's
I
she coming in
think
at
she has
the weight.
coming in weight wise.
Yeah.
She's 60 pounds. this big. Sorry, viewers.
How does she
listeners.
compare to a golden retriever?
She's like half the size of a golden
Okay.
retriever.
She's stocky.
okay.
But she's very stocky. You could see the muscles in her legs.
What breed?
Old English Bulldog.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I've seen her chomp through some things, so I think it would, it'd be a fight. I'm not fighting a bear, but
It's your number 3. It's,
Yeah,
it's,
yeah.
it's the first one on the list.
there you go.
How would you use your prep, or would you even need it?
No, I would just stick. No, so what I do currently, when she gives me a hard time, I stick my whole hand in her mouth, and she goes, "I don't know what to do." So I would start with that, and then I would tickle her underbelly.
Just a mission.
Yeah.
Don't need the beater if you can just calm
It
him
was like,
down.
I want to fight my dog. I'm going to be like, who's a good girl?
Tactic she's not expecting. Please excuse the background noise. So for my number 3, I'm gonna I'm gonna move one up. I want to say a leopard. I
Whoa!
think with the
Okay.
spear, they're not. Well, here's the thing: they're not very tall. They, on average, are only about 68 pounds.
Okay.
I like my dog.
Yeah, like a dog, and they're only 2 feet high at the shoulder. And with a spear, I think I could get them. I mean, yeah, they could get some good hits on me, but you got one good shot with the spear, they can run up to about 36 miles per hour. But if you're in, I'm not gonna say I'm not in their environment, but one-on-one
Okay.
with the spear,
What environment
Oh,
are you in?
okay.
Because I've been planning it in the natural habitat of whatever.
I took it like in arenas, as we weren't said. So like,
Okay.
we got
So it
30
doesn't have
minutes
enough
with,
time to
like-
really get up to top speed.
no.
Okay, I was also going to say, I've seen Tarzan. Those things can be vicious.
I think that was well, they're also a lot bigger in Tarzan. Like they're not
Okay.
very. If you go look up a picture,
Are monkeys the same size? The gorillas are the same size too, or?
gorillas. I think that's an accurate.
That's a joke.
Becca did say orangutan at first. Like no way. I
No,
cannot do that.
no.
You get your penis ripped off.
Why that specifically?
Oh, you never heard of the monkey that ripped the guy's penis off?
I can't say I have.
You guys need to do more research on this
I
stuff.
guess so.
I think I'm very content with the amount of research I've done.
See if can
I don't
find
have to
it.
do that motion anywhere near as often when I don't do as much research.
Well, don't hang around with orangutans. You'll be all right.
That's
There you go.
is part of my daily routine is to not hang around with orangutans.
Yeah, see, it's like up to your knees. I think. And again, this is Becca's
That's a
list.
lot smaller than
This
I
is
would
again
expect.
Becca's list. I just did the research and shuffled them around.
Can't those things like drag like 400-pound?
Yeah, I'm gonna put the test to that. And then when it's dragging me, I still got my spear. You can just
It's a
go.
lot of muscle.
Yeah.
That thing is just.
Been hitting the gym. So
Yeah,
my number
that's
3.
cool. Yeah.
Again, my
I
wife thinks highly of me.
I applaud Becca's devotion to you. I went with a golden retriever.
Was your number 3?
Yeah,
Nice.
They're good and pissed off golden retriever. It's a fair fight.
I wouldn't have picked golden retriever, the whitest of like the white dogs.
Well, I mean, I don't want to be accused of like wanting to fight
pit
like a
bull?
chocolate lab, Like,
Wait, you'd want a golden retriever?
no, that's Lou.
Peter's gonna really be upset.
I think they'd be upset anyway.
This episode is sponsored by the vegan teacher.
There we go. Or the furries are gonna love this. I don't know.
You never know.
See, you'll
Put
never
that in
know.
Never can be
tag
sure.
words, the keywords on YouTube.
Furry.
See what happens.
Furry friendly.
Yeah.
Paw Patrol.
I don't know what a golden retriever's natural habitat would have been pre-domestication, or if it even
Non-existent.
was.
Non-existent,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I just went with out in the woods, or like out in just like just it's roaming free in Rochester Hills. We're outside.
Could you
know?
imagine taking your dog for a walk and
like-
Mike comes out?
It's like, hold on, give me 30 minutes. I gotta get my pocket knife.
He's like in his for the movie we have the face paint all over you and everything. He's like, I got this puppy. No need to call animal control. I got it.
But I'm pretty confident I know the answer to this. Has anyone here ever read G.A. Henty's In the Reign of Terror? No?
Nope.
No? Okay, cool. Didn't think so. It's a story set. It's a story of an Englishman who like goes to live with these like French boys. They're all like 17.
Whoa.
The whole family, but he's like brought in to be their friend because this French aristocrat is like, boy, these English kids are tough. I need to bring them in to toughen up my little sissy French boys. And Then the French Revolution kicks off, and all of a sudden he's trying to like smuggle like as much of the family out of France as he can. It's actually a pretty interesting story. But there's a point where he has to take on a wolf, like hand to hand, and he just like takes off his jacket, and when the wolf jumps at him, he like puts the jacket over its mouth, kind of like gets its mouth under control, and then apparently all you have to do to take out a canine is like once you got that, you can just flip it down, get your knee on its throat, and it's over in like a minute.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, let's bring Rudy down and see that.
Oh,
I could take Rudy
Yeah,
for sure.
well,
man.
anyone.
Yeah. I was
I
gonna
don't know,
say.
he's got some reach, you know. He's got some,
He does
some jab.
He
with those
reached
legs.
in me for sure.
He was like, I know what you like to do with dogs.
I don't like this.
Sorry, Mom.
Don't put this on me.
All right. Jacob and Andrew's brother, you're number 3.
Okay. I still haven't fully thought of my number 3, so I'm trying to think. I would say I'm the weakest, probably, of the 4 of us.
Well, there's no shame in that.
In a
We're
fight.
a strapping group.
Yes, maybe.
I mean, you could be my little French boy.
I feel like I kind of want to say geese, but like I'm trying to
there's no
think
shame in trying to
how
fight a
many
geese.
I could fight.
No, that's a totally different question.
Ooh, I like that a lot.
Next week, guys.
Let's
I
go to
think
the Life
it's-
Church Canton parking lot right now. We can figure this out.
That's true. This would be a very easy thing to test.
Especially with a spear.
Your dad definitely
You don't-
destroyed a couple of them, right?
Well, you're not allowed to touch the geese, but you can destroy the nests. And so my dad actually got licensed in Michigan to be a goose nest destroyer.
Wow.
And then the weapon of choice is just an umbrella. Because you just pop it up and they freak out and then they back up. And so you just poof, 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 scare them off and then you destroy
It's
the
like
nests.
Sean Connery in Indiana Jones 3.
Yes!
With the
Yeah.
the plane coming down, he's
It's been a while.
But how many
probably
do you
over
think?
there.
How many do I think?
Two?
2? I was gonna say maybe like
Well, I was going to
I
just
think
keep
you got
taking it
4.
up until we...
At least 4.
yeah. I was
Four.
thinking maybe
a
like
gaggle. What's a
gaggle of geese? Yeah.
gaggle? Of
I guess it depends on like
10.
how well do I need to get out of this fight? Like, do I
just
need
gotta
to be
survive. You
just gotta live.
survive? I
Yeah.
feel like maybe like 6. Then.
I think you can do
6
10.
geese?
6 to 10.
With
All at once might be a little tough.
It's true.
Yeah, they
Though,
start
like, with
swarming you and pecking. They got
well,
those
just have to put
nasty
your
beaks.
eyes, right?
Could you snap a geese's neck, or is it too like bendy?
I don't know. All you need to do is get one by the head, though, and then you got a freaking, like...
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, just a big stick though, and you
Get
could
two,
just
it's like
start
nunchucks.
blasting
Yeah.
them.
It's kind of like middle schoolers, honestly.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite questions. How many middle schoolers could you take at a time?
I feel like middle schoolers are almost like easier though, because I feel like animals have less of a reaction to pain than
Right.
humans do. Like I could get a goose pretty close, and it's still gonna
Right.
attack me even if it's close to death.
Yeah, like middle schoolers, they'll give up after me. You just got to break them mentally. You get one and snap them over your knee, and the rest just flee.
It's like Bane.
I'm not saying it's humane. I'm just saying if all you have to do is come out alive versus 100 middle schoolers, you just need to just destroy the first one, and then you're in all their heads.
I don't know. Have you seen Lord of the Flies?
Have you seen me in a pool with a bunch of juniors?
Pool's a little different.
Yeah,
you know?
they don't do that no more.
Yeah, well, it wasn't because of me. I was always very gentle in the way I destroyed them.
There you go. Yeah,
All right.
I'm not gonna incriminate myself.
Lou, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is kind of like it's ostrich. Yeah.
Whoa!
I was thinking that too.
There's
There's
a-
I don't know how strong they are.
There's a wiki on how to defeat them. So if you want to go Google wiki how.
You have slow internet, so you're screwed.
No, I'm missing a leg. So, yeah. So,
One leg Lucian versus an ostrich.
So yeah, there's a wiki how to destroy ostrich. A lot of it is keeping your distance, right? And I would hopefully have a spear, and I would just destroy that neck. I would just
I feel the neck would be. You have to go for the torso.
no,
Neck's
and the
would be
wiki
so-
how is neck.
Well, I'm just saying, but it's so like
With the
thin.
spear, though, you go for the torso. The neck, it's going to be hard to destroy with a spear.
But the
Well,
wiki
you're
how says
stabbing.
the wiki how says
Well, no, I'm sorry, the wiki how.
Also, Lou, you
This is how I
know
learned how to
an
drive, it's
emu,
like,
right? Have you heard of emus? They're
I-
like smaller ostriches, right?
yeah.
Yeah, you
They
do
won
know-
a war
I was gonna
against
say, you do know
Australian
Australia
people,
lost
right?
a war against the
Oh,
emu.
They had
yeah.
guns.
Oh really?
And the emu won.
Well,
That was sheer quantity though. This is
but
just
what year was that?
It was like
recent.
after World War II, I
Yeah.
think.
Okay. Well,
Enough they have automatic weapons.
Yeah. I mean, I think our diets now are a little bit better. I think we're generally
It might be
stronger.
worse. I mean, looking.
I don't know, man. The Maori are pretty, you don't want to mess with the Maori.
I'm sticking with the wiki how.
Alright?
I don't like the fact they have red meat. I'm not a big fan of that.
Red meat bird?
I'm pretty sure they have red
What's wrong
meat.
with red meat? You don't like
Interesting.
beef?
I just don't like that.
On a
That's-
bird? That's wrong.
No, they're...
No, I'm not saying you're
Ostrich
incorrect.
jerky.
I'm saying it's a crime against nature.
Yes, and I think it's a crime against nature.
Saying God was wrong by putting red meat in that ostrich.
Whoops, but yes.
Whoops. I mean, have you seen mosquitoes? Yeah. I would love to get on one and choke it out. I would love to.
Good luck getting on it.
If I do get once I destroy its neck, I'm going to get on it.
I just like how this is for you. It's not can I? It's I would like to.
Yeah, it's. I mean, once you put your mind to something like that, you're good to go. I mean, that's how I got my wife. So through WikiHow.
How to get my wife.
So.
Or did you...
I need to find this WikiHow.
Check the description.
It says go for the neck.
I mean.
Is that the sound that the ostrich is going to make as you're choking it out?
Once I'm stroking it or choking it.
Whoa. Hopefully choking.
I was going to say, for somebody who doesn't want this associated with the brand, you've
That's
done it
what
2 times in a row.
Sorry, I thought
It's okay, I was entirely trying to lead you into it, so...
something about. Yeah, good stuff. Check the WikiHow. We'll save lives.
My number 2, sort of like you guys, I think I could take on one lone wolf.
Oh, I thought about
that's what I
wolves.
Well,
was
see,
gonna say
it's
for my two.
their average 123 pounds, about 2.7 feet at the shoulder. But they can also run up to 37 miles per hour. But the thing is, that's like not much bigger than my dog now. I have a Great Pyrenees, and I can throw her around. And if you got a jacket like Mike said to do that, but also I've talked to cops and the way you if a big dog's coming at you, worst comes to worst, you stick your hand down their throat and choke them that way.
That's
It's going to hurt, but you
Yeah,
get
you're
out
gonna get
alive.
stitches, but you're alive. So I think you could do that with a wolf.
You just pull cops over and ask them.
Yeah, I'm just like, hey, I put on my lights. I say, hey now.
I got a dog fighting question for you.
I couldn't find Michael Vick, so you guys are the best next second.
Too soon.
Is it though?
No. It was not.
Yeah.
Where was Michael Vick in the time...
In the time where you were fighting dogs?
well, no, in the timeline compared to, say, September 2001.
I think it's around that.
Okay, I made a 9/11 joke. He can make a Michael Vick joke. I'm just saying, my thing was objectively worse. He gets a pass. For anyone counting, that's 3 weeks in a row we've referenced that.
You have right. Don't say we.
Yeah.
You.
Yeah,
Well, I don't know about last week's, but
I'd rather
We
be-
discussed it in the pre-meeting each time.
no.
It was Lou's idea.
Pre-meeting? I can barely show up to the regular meeting. No, the pre-meeting.
Yeah, and then with a spear, especially if you got your hand down his throat,
Yeah.
pointy.
At that point, you don't even want a spear. You just want a short sword. Just a.
Well,
like
I'm
a
not going to be able to
steak-
craft that
a
with
steak,
a pocket
yeah.
knife. Yeah.
Well,
I'm
not a
fighting
real
vampires,
short sword, but just.
I could not beat a vampire wolf. Dracula would have me beat there.
That's fair. You don't want to mess with Dracula.
Nope. All right, Mike, what's your number 2?
All right, my number 2. Picture this: you're in Ohio. You're in the woods.
I'm not.
I know. It's
No,
it's.
Get me out of here.
All you've had is 30 minutes with your pocket knife with 0 combat
I don't know.
application.
Those meth head Ohioans. I don't know if I can
You've
beat 'em.
made your spear, and the wild boar are so overrun. It's open season. I think
Wolves are mean.
I know, but I can climb trees.
What's the guy from
good
Game of Thrones that got the...
Robert Baratheon, Bobby B, also had a spear.
Oh?
Okay, but you climb up a tree. If it's a tight tree, you get one throw. That's all you got.
Yeah, or
He could prepare
you
multiple.
drop.
You better hope he doesn't
Yeah.
move.
Could you imagine missing and immediately get...
You just hear drop a thud, and then you just gorge.
I think I can do it. Look,
You can't
if that kid from freaking Old Yeller made it out, I think I could survive with a spear. I'm not saying I'd come out.
Yeller.
Yeah, but I'm not
Travis
saying I have
had
to
Old
come
Yeller.
out looking good. I'm not saying I'm
That's
going to
true.
come out a handsome specimen after this fight, but I think I make it out alive.
I don't know if Bobby B couldn't do it. I don't know about you.
I mean, he was also drunk, right?
Yeah.
His
Yeah,
wife was getting
I'm
him.
stone cold
Didn't
sober.
climb a tree.
I got a tree and a spear. Are you kidding
Weren't
me?
the strongest man in the Seven Kingdoms, though.
Yeah, but he was drunk. I'm not gonna think I'm fighting 7 boar.
I think maybe yesterday your wife could have fought a boar. She had to, yeah, sorry.
All right, Jacob Andrews' brother.
All right. My number 2 is also gonna be a wolf.
Ooh.
There we go.
I feel like it would definitely be more difficult for me, but prep time wise, I feel like I could get sticks and kind of put them like
Oh,
along
that's
my
so
arms and legs,
smart.
right? So that
I
if
like
it tries
that.
to bite, it's just hitting the wood. It's not gonna cut through into the skin. And then
Where you can get the rope to do that though.
You just
That's a good point.
the
just
bark.
there's
Stick
vines
it-
and
yeah,
You
such.
double side it, stick it
That's
into
just-
you.
I
That's
got
what I was
30 minutes. To
Oh
do
man,
that.
you
I feel
just
like I
you
could
just get little strips of
make it
bark, you
work.
tie it around. It's the thing.
30 minutes. I don't know what you get.
If I
but
put it
respect
underneath
it.
my clothes, it'll even be.
Or you could just
stuck
do
in
like
place even
one
better.
or like a few, like 3 branches around your arms. Then if it bites down, it just
Yeah,
That's what I was
that's
referring
what he's
to.
saying.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you were saying
Just
like
like-
little ones, just like spiked.
Oh
no.
no, yeah, just like long ways.
You have like those 90s spiked armbands.
Yeah, that you don't have time
No.
for sure.
And
But you
then-
can just wrap,
Unfortunately, I don't have my knife because that got retconned by my poor understanding of digital messages. But I feel like I could make a good enough spear to just jab it.
I approve. Yeah, just similar concept, except you come out with fewer stitches.
Yeah, unless it goes for my neck, in which case.
You can put sticks around your neck too.
Stick armor and doesn't have time for the spear. Just
I
like
can't get my arms down.
He's like Iron Man. He has the circle on his chest.
we didn't build anything to kill it with.
I said a
No,
spear.
I was just saying, if you built like a
Oh,
whole
right.
Iron Man suit, it's just like goes out there. It takes a while for the wolf to get in, but it's just
I'm
it
going for
doesn't
blunt
work.
force trauma.
It's like you can only T-pose smack. Tries to helicopter it. All right, Lou, what's your number one?
We're going pretty fast, huh?
We are.
We are. We can fill time.
Oh, okay. My number one, I've had a lot of thought on this, and I might get some pushback, but I'm gonna go for Hot Kyle.
Objection!
Are you serious?
Well, no, I was going to go with the average American, but it's close enough.
Well,
Oh, wow.
I just don't think Hot Kyle's 100% human.
It's partying, well,
I
that's for
just,
sure.
yeah, I don't know. I'm just not. I just don't see him that way. And part of me thinks if I do best him in battle, I get some type of prize. I maybe get like a level up or a power up or something.
You get an invite.
You get
to
an
my party.
achievement,
I get
sure.
at least an achievement, like something just pops over my head, or I don't know, something about it. After he pitched his 3-part movie series, which I won't.
No
blow up.
spoilers.
No spoilers. Part of me was like, can I beat this guy in battle? And yeah, here I am.
How many hot Kyles do you
See,
think you'd
yeah.
take?
Cool. How many?
2? You think you got 2?
You know,
We
if we're
don't
going to
edit-
extrapolate from what he actually wanted from his first 2 fights.
All comes around. Well, you have a spear, they don't, so.
Yeah, no, I don't need
How
it.
many?
They
you
don't
don't need
need
it?
I don't need a spear.
Fisticuffs.
Yeah.
I feel like it's probably like the Elite Four. You beat him, you're in the 4 Horsemen.
Ooh.
I like that a lot. And then I'll name it something different. No shade. I'm sorry. I felt a little shady. But, yeah.
You're no
Yeah,
longer
yeah.
an Ant Co. You're one of them.
I feel like after that, I would have to fight Jacob. I don't know. I don't know why.
There was one day. This was one of the greatest nights of my life. It was myself, Mackenzie, one of Mackenzie's old friends, Jacob, and Cody. And Jacob just looks at Cody and goes, "I could wrestle you." And we were all just like, "No,
Nope.
you can't."
He's pretty big.
And Cody was like, "Okay." And so they just walked outside. And just they had a wrestling match.
Did you guys
And
watch?
I'll tell you what. To Jacob's credit, he lasted longer than I expected him to. He still lost,
Yeah.
but like he didn't lose immediately.
Was he sober?
I think so.
I don't know, I might have loosened him up if he wasn't, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
so-
Now Jacob did wrestle in high school, so it wasn't like
Oh, I didn't know.
it wasn't just like some. He was on the wrestling, or maybe it was middle school.
Middle school.
Yeah, he was. It was middle school, but still, he wrestled.
Nice. Did he?
So-
Why?
Is this a sport?
No. Why did he wrestle? But why did he wrestle him?
I don't know. You'd have to ask him that.
Yeah.
Jacob, comment down below. Why
Yeah.
did you wrestle
Why did
Cody?
you-
And then let's do a rematch.
There you go.
That'd be fun for the pod.
Yeah. That'd be dope. So yeah, number one's Hot Cow.
I approve. I like that answer so much.
My number one that my wife picked was a kangaroo, someone with the eastern gray
Ooh,
kangaroo.
you do not want to.
Here's the
Mess it
thing.
up.
I think the
Saw that
spear
video.
is what really
That
does it
yeah.
because you're going to have so much reach on them. They're 130 pounds, about 6.5 feet tall, but I think with the spear, as long as you make sure you're out of the way of their kick because they're always going to try to kick
Yeah, that
you.
kick. Well, they got some nasty claws too.
They
You don't
do.
want to get in too close
No,
either.
no. So yeah, you want the spear. So I think that's really your best bet at just death by 1,000 pokes.
Yeah.
I mean, you get one shot in, but if you're good enough with your spear, you got it. Have you guys seen the video of the Australian just went up like smack?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was pretty great.
Yeah, that dog,
right in
you
the
know?
head. Yeah.
That's what Mike's gonna look like in the woods when he's fighting a church. I mean,
A boar.
Oh,
Again, I'm not saying I'm coming out of that looking my best.
They got tough, man. They got tough skin, man.
I'm not, again.
Think you can do a razorback?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I did not do any
Are they
research.
bigger than boars? Or is it the same thing, right?
My research
Some type
was
of pig.
Travis made it out of Old Yeller. I can do it too.
Not everything you see in Hollywood is realistic. Mike.
I'm aware. That's what I'm saying. I don't like the real research
Who's your
backing
Old
it
Yeller?
up.
But you killed your old Yeller because first you fought the golden retriever.
I can be his old yeller.
So okay, so you're gonna come in there,
Yeah, all four.
finish
I'll
it up,
distract him.
clean
I'll
up,
get him right by the tree.
clean up for him. After
Hopefully
his-
Mike figures out who's the boar and who's me.
It's all Larry down there. Ah!
Oh, who should I kill? You know.
just links down it. He just right in the head. All right,
So yeah, I already gave it away. But my number one, like I said, 30 minutes of prep time in the animal's natural habitat. I could take out the average American, no problem.
So they're sleeping. He's like, "Yes, take this, you son of a."
Oh no, they're awake and aware that we're getting in a fight.
Do they get 30 minutes?
Oh no,
they don't get 30 minutes.
no, they
It's
get their
hard.
natural habitat, which means I've had time to scour.
So
In the
hopefully it's
bathroom?
not a conservative.
I was gonna say I'm banking on it being a liberal,
Got
and I got their big knife with some I got the chef knife with the combat application at this point.
That's hard. The average is so hard because there's guys that can't bench anything, and there's guys that get bench like 500 pounds. So,
Right.
Let's see.
what
What's
is considered the average?
Let me send an intern
I know
text
it's-
right quick. See what the average American weighs.
225. Benching 225 is like the benchmark for.
I'm so screwed.
225
For
is
what?
a ton of weight to bench.
200 pounds is
200
the
pounds.
average. Yep.
I got a few pounds on
Average
them.
height is 69 inches, so 5'9".
Nice.
5'9".
5'9".
Yeah, I got
Did
a
you do
couple
that math in
inches,
your head,
some
or
pounds.
did
Or,
you?
Well, I know 60 is 5 foot. So.
Wow.
Nine.
wow.
And I'm pretty sure I've read that 5'9" is the average.
How tall are you?
6.
Nice. You're above the average. Good for you.
I think everyone here in this room is above the average. Tim?
Maybe by like half an inch.
Tall Kings.
Can
Talking pad.
Hurts.
be anyone under 5'9". I'm gonna say. No.
I'm just saying, and here's the thing: is I haven't seen the whole swath of America, but I've seen a lot of people. And the average person is not that
I
athletic.
think you can do the average middle class like American, but there's some scrappy people depending on where you're at.
That's true. I'm not.
Like the average Cajun? No, I don't think.
Well, sure.
think
I
they
didn't
got
say
me.
the average human.
Well, yeah, I think are you more worried about culture or like strength? Would you rather fight somebody that's strong and sane or crazy and average?
Crazy and average.
Crazy and average.
Just the crazy.
I don't
That
know.
crazy factor. It's
Crazy
Because
on
I
your
have
own.
30 minutes to
It's
prep.
just an X.
You have 30 minutes. You just have to be as crazy as them, right? Like
No, I just have to have the bigger
You
knife.
can't out crazy him this time, Mike, like you did in the past.
I've put on substantially more weight since I was 15 years old.
because like if you try to fight somebody who's somewhat strong and sane, they're not going to try to. They're just going to defend themselves at first, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
I just look, man. I got the butcher knife at this point. You come at me, or excuse me, the chef's knife, the Michael Myers knife, if you will.
How are you making that in 30 minutes with just
I'm walking into their kitchen and I'm pulling it out of the block.
That's
You
against
could
the
find
rules.
a-
That's how it
No,
works.
it's in their
You could
natural
find a gun,
habitat.
theoretically, then.
Yeah, if it's a conservative, I just gotta find the gun.
No, the gun case, lock it in.
Well, if it's locked, then I find the knife and I camp on the gun case.
I mean,
So you're just in their house walking around 30 minutes ahead of time waiting for
exactly.
them to get home.
They're sitting there. They're in stasis. There's nothing they can do about it. They're just waiting to fight me. I think I get the win. I think I am above average enough to come out alive.
But do humans count as animals? It depends who you
well,
ask. Depends
I'm
who you ask.
When I said hot Kyle,
Yeah.
I had no problem with that. But he said
That's
average.
hot
He's a
Kyle's
party
not-
animal. The average person's a party animal. You know?
Yeah, I'm going with yes.
It's a worldview debate. You know. All right, Jacob and Andrew's brother.
All right.
What have you been thinking about at work? Stocking boxes.
Why are you touching your foot like that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I was pulling lint off my sock.
Okay.
I swear it's not weird.
That made it sound weird though.
Yeah, you brought it up.
was-
I
It was
don't know.
totally normal. I promise.
It's totally normal.
Where's the guns at in this house?
In the violin case.
You got 30 minutes to find out. All right. So this one might sound a bit ambitious, but I feel like the victory's in the prep time. I think maybe a crocodile, a small crocodile.
Ooh.
Mainly because I feel like I could find some sort of high ground, and then that's kind of just
That's kind of
partially
yeah.
it. Like,
Just don't miss, like Michael.
well, I feel like I feel like in 30 minutes I can get a couple decent spears and a few rocks.
Yeah.
Stun it, stab it in an eye from high up. I mean, it's not going to be able to jump. As long as I don't get too close to the water
Yeah, I was gonna
at
say,
the start.
As long as you're not forced into the water.
Oh yeah, it's over.
Yeah, if,
You're in the
if
water.
I'm in the water, I'm dead, of course.
Mhm.
But if I can bait it out onto land, they don't have a lot of stamina.
Alligator or
so-
crocodile, or either one.
Crocodile, probably. I don't fully know the difference.
One is pointy and one has a pointy mouth and one has a round mouth, right?
Yeah,
Either way, they both you up.
I've seen
In the
cats
water.
like fight
In the
crocodiles
water,
and win.
you're done.
Have you seen
That
those
is pretty
videos?
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's general. If it latches onto you, you're dead.
Yeah.
Your hand's not coming out of its mouth.
It's gonna
and
take
you
your
can't,
whole
you can't
limb.
shove your arm
It's
in
just
there
gonna
like
roll
that.
around until you die.
I'm gonna shove my whole arm in there, and that's all of me. I'm gonna dive into its open mouth. It won't have the chance to bite me, and then from inside, I'm just gonna stab
Yes.
it to death.
Exactly.
Classic.
I know Cantwell was talking to me, those big old gators down in Florida and all that in Texas. He's like, yeah, I want to ride them. I'm like, no, dude, you couldn't get me close to that. Like those big ones. Like, you could outrun it, move. I'm like, nope.
They're running like 30 miles an hour or something like that,
It
right?
depends.
Do they?
What I looked
I think
up,
they-
that was like the one thing I looked up is I think they're really fast, but it's for a very short burst.
Oh, okay.
So if you
No
can
stamina?
if you can just sprint away fast enough, they're just gonna slow down.
Mm.
And then I just gotta get on something high.
Are you
That's true.
An alligator
Depending.
can run 20 miles an hour.
20 miles.
Okay. Okay.
Well, that's the maximum in water. On land, up to 35.
Holy
Ooh.
crap!
They can book it.
But I mean, you're fighting a gator, so theoretically, you're just in a random part of Florida. So like, you can get on
Yeah.
something.
I think so.
You can find a flower bed, and then you win.
I think it's like courage too.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be like the biggest part for me.
15 minutes of the prep is just going to be like, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this.
Prepping yourself up.
I might not have a 100% success rate, but I feel like if I can find
8
a
out of
high
10
spot-
times?
Yeah, if I can find a good high up spot.
All right, well, have any of you guys lived near animals that's somewhat natural, like a kangaroo or anything? I know we have some Aussie listeners. Let us know how screwed we are. And again, just blame my wife for mine. So, you guys got any honorable mentions?
I had pigeons. Most of them are fake anyways. They're government controlled cameras. So I'd fight the mess out of a pigeon.
Yeah.
Oh, and then dolphins are rapists. So
Yeah, I don't know about that.
So,
I wouldn't want anything in the water.
I was
No,
trying
no.
to think, is there anything you could really beat in the water?
Like, I could take on one piranha.
One piranha.
I
Yeah.
don't know that would hurt.
But I could take
You
one.
could definitely crush its head while it's
Yeah.
biting you.
I also had a stag was one of them that my wife thinks could take on.
I also considered a deer.
Deer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A honey badger, which could be interesting. Those guys are tough. But
I considered a
what she said-
Wolverine, but I also thought I'd
Wolverines
lose.
would be
So
even worse.
It-
Then the one my wife told me that I was gonna put my number one until I did more research was a walrus. Because those suckers,
massive.
yeah,
aren't they?
well, yeah. So I'm like, oh, they're massive. You know, they move slowly. No, they're like over 2,000 pounds, but they can run as fast as humans at land just by.
what?
So I'm just like, nope,
not
I'm
a
out.
chance.
I don't want to fight one, but I would love to see that.
Yeah,
Aren't
they
some-
just like bounce too. It's like
Don't they pin down like penguins? And I'm pretty sure.
Would you like this, Lucian? Would you like a little?
that sort of thing happens in the animal kingdom for a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
so
you know,
I'm
I
not
just
putting
don't-
that in the. I'm going with the fight. I'm guessing they're trying to kill me, not.
Okay, because I don't want to find anything that might abuse me.
Well, you picked your dog, and what was the first thing you said about it?
And
He's only done
Kyle.
it once with me.
That's still one more time.
That's true. That's a good point.
My dog has never humped me.
I got nothing. You got me. I have nothing to say. I have nothing to say.
And then my wife said I could also take on Baby Dumbo. So
Baby dump.
But would you want to take on
Yeah.
Baby Dumbo? That's pretty sad.
maybe. I thought Dumbo was kind of annoying, but I haven't watched it in a long time.
Those ears are gonna
Yeah,
block its line of sight. You just gotta leave a
Pull
little
one
bit.
over and then
Temple.
get tripped over.
But can it fly? Because then you're screwed.
Mm.
How big is a baby elephant?
Super big. It's
300
I feel
pounds?
like they're probably heavier than.
But
you
they're
would
like
expect.
small. Yeah, I'm sure they're more stocky. Not like walrus.
All right, so let's play a game. You got a machine gun. You got one clip.
Myself. Oh,
Bear.
wait, what?
Oh,
Ooh, I don't know if you should put that on the podcast.
Bear
About 3 feet tall. Between
in
200 and 260 pounds.
the house.
Bear in the house.
Why? No, I wouldn't want a machine gun, first of all.
Well, no, this is what you get. You think you make it out alive?
how
Yes.
how far is it from me?
Does the machine gun have any chance of jamming?
We'll say it's a video game machine gun.
Then yes, you could just take on that bear.
All right.
How far is the bear away?
I don't know. Somewhere in the house.
Because you're not gonna be moving fast with the machine gun.
Right? You gotta be
The
like,
bear's just gonna.
Well, you just
jump
post
you.
up and then like, hey Google, turn on all the lights.
ooh, that's
Bam.
true.
Yeah, I think
And then be like, here, baby.
What do you do when the
You
bear
have
cuts the
Google
power?
in here, yeah.
Ah, no! You're making things happen on my phone.
Well, wouldn't you call it? Do you have a contact called a bear?
No, but I have a Google phone.
Google call bear.
Oh no.
My gosh. We had Joe's birthday party on Saturday, and like half the party had Google Pixels. And I was using my phone as a timer while I was cooking, and so my timer would go off, and like every other person in the house would be like,
Every time I check my phone, like,
start looking.
That's fun.
That was really fast.
It was.
It's ridiculous how efficient you can be in person.
Yeah. I just didn't know if there's any other. How have you guys been?
Yeah, I mean, I'm down to just.
On the podcast, talk about this stuff?
Sure.
Okay, sure.
I mean, what you want? It's therapy session
This
now.
is a
You know?
therapy session.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez.
I didn't think we'd have to talk about this stuff till New Year's.
You need to get them set up in assistant settings.
Oh, look at that! You cursed yourself.
Google Pixel.
All right, what size dragon do you think you guys could
Baby.
take on with a machine gun,
With a machine.
Oh, with the machine gun.
but in the open field?
Toddler.
Toddler.
Or is it like baby, toddler, teen, that kind of thing?
Sure.
I mean, a dragon?
Yeah.
I'm going to try to beat an adult.
With a one machine gun?
I mean,
At least you go out and blaze of glory.
I'm going to Blaze of Glory. If I'm
Yeah,
fighting
you
a
are.
dragon,
Quickly.
I'm going to try to kill this dragon.
I mean, if we're going by the monster manual, even the baby dragon's just gonna tear you to pieces.
Yeah, but
Against a
Monster doesn't
machine
have
gun, though? Yeah.
I
Think
guess
of
I
like
don't.
what a spear
50
would do
cal
against
machine
a
gun.
dragon.
I guess I don't know.
And then
what
multiply it by like 100.
That's
probably
true.
more than that.
The damage
Yeah.
output. But then, are you gonna roll high enough to actually hit on a because even you need to roll like an 18 to hit a dragon.
Really?
Depends on the dragon.
Oh, okay.
That's like low.
Ancient dragons are
Well,
like 30.
what's
yeah, like
the-
a lot
yeah.
of dragons, you got to be rolling above a 20.
What's the hit die for a machine gun?
Are you proficient in it? Yes or no?
I think I have a red dot sight that gives me a +5.
Yeah, it's more about
lockdown.
having accuracy, and then somehow that translates into bullet piercing.
I'm
Because of,
conservative, so
My background is in the south.
my dad went to prison.
Owned reptiles as a kid. You know, that's as good as you can get.
That is
My nationality is American. That gives me another +2 to gun handling.
All right.
well, no one's going to find this episode on YouTube, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's been more. We're gonna cancel again.
Algorithm is going to just wreck this one.
Well, we're gonna put that furry in the description, so the furries will find
yeah.
us.
There we go.
The furries will always find you.
Oh gosh, right up there. All right, so next week we've been hyping up this topic since the first episode. Well, we've talked about it. I don't know about hyping it up, but I want to know your top 5 overrated movies.
Ooh.
We've been talking about it since week
A
1.
lot of them are over there.
Well, you can go and take notes, but yeah,
Oh, this is going to be fun.
it is. I thought about top or slap, but I don't trust any of our friends to do an objective top or slap.
That's fair. That's
Especially
fair.
because you think like Kyle or Jacob, but they just like too
No,
many
I
movies.
was going to say, Jacob is not the one for that episode.
Yeah.
Jacob famously likes most movies.
Yeah, both of them liked The Last Jedi until they figured out how bad it was.
Jacob actively has a list of all the movies he doesn't like. That's how.
I don't know. Does 2 count as a list?
It's more of a pair. We had this conversation. All right. Well, thank you for listening to this week's episode of the Top Podcast. If you enjoyed it, please give us a like, comment what animals you think you can be in the fight, or how absurdly wrong we are. Subscribe if you're on YouTube. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, give us a 5-star review. Leave a comment. Check the comment section too. I know my wife and Cantwell chatting it up, and I think some other people are chatting up the comment sections there. But thank you all for watching. We'll catch you next time. A dog.
No.
Said Luke.
Shut